Hello, today we're going to do squaring a binomial that has radicals in it. So when you square something, you are multiplying something by itself. So for instance, if you had 3 squared, that is 3 times 3, which is why it's 9. So when you square something, if you see addition or subtraction, you have to think of this as this number being multiplied by itself. So the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to cross off the square, and you're going to write this as 6 minus 3 root 2, and then you're going to write it again, 6 minus 3 root 2. So you always cross off the square and you write it twice. And then you're going to multiply two binomials together like you were just doing. So you're going to go ahead and distribute. You're going to do 6 times 6, which is 36. 6 times 3 root 2 means that we're going to do 6 times 3, and the root 2 had nothing to multiply, so you're just going to leave the root 2 with it. Negative 3 root 2 times 6 is negative 18 root 2. And negative 3 root 2 times negative 3 root 2 means we're going to multiply the outside parts. So negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. And then we're also going to multiply the inside parts. So root 2 times root 2 is root 4. After you have written it twice and multiplied, then you're just going to simplify. So we're going to leave everything alone. That can't be simplified further right now, so 36 is fine. 18 root 2 does not break down more, but this last one, the square root of 4, is nice. The square root of 4 is 2. So that last term here is saying 9 times 2, or 18. So our problem, I'm going to rewrite everything just so we keep it all together, is 36 minus 18 root 2 minus 18 root 2 plus 18. So our last step here, we have simplified all of our radicals. We just need to figure out which ones we can add together. So 36 and 18 is going to be 54 all together. And then our radicals happen to have the same radicand. They both are root 2, so we can add the numbers in front. So negative 18 and negative 18 is negative 36. And you can leave the radical alone. So our final answer here is 54 minus 36 root 2. So we're going to try another one here, root 3 plus 6 being squared. So you see that square and you're right off, this is going to be a red flag going. We're going to say we're not actually going to just try to distribute the square. Instead, we are going to cross it off, and we are going to do this problem by writing it twice. So root 3 plus 6 times root 3 plus 6. So you're going to take your first term and you're going to distribute root 3 times root 3. So 3 times 3 gives us that 9 in the radical. We're doing root 3 times 6, but 6 is outside the radical and 3 is inside the radical, so we have to leave them that way. The next one, 6 times root 3, would mean 6 is on the outside of the radical and the 3 is on the inside. And lastly, we have 6 times 6, which gives us just the 36. Then you go through and you ask yourself which square roots can be simplified further. That square root of 9 right there is actually just a 3. The radical 3's do not break down anymore. There's no more perfect squares. So the very last thing is to combine like terms. So we're going to add the 3 and the 36 together, and the 6 root 3 with the other 6 root 3. So the 3 and the 36 become 39. And 6 root 3 plus 6 root 3, you're going to add the 6 and the 6 to get 12, but you're going to leave the radicals alone. So that is how you square something that has two terms with a radical. Thank you for listening.